Hello and welcome to the StoreMagic how-to video series. Here at StoreMagic we're producing some training videos for our customers and partners to show how to do certain things in the setup and configuration and general operations of our software products. Those software products being SvSAN, our virtual SAN solution, SVKMS, our key management server for encryption workflows, and ArcVault, our video management surveillance solution. My name is Steve Bettison. I'm a technical pre-sales engineer at StoreMagic. Today we are going to continue our series with SvSAN, and we're going to be looking at deploying our virtual storage appliance via the OVA. Now there may be cases, so the easiest way to deploy SvSAN within VMware is via the StoreMagic plugin. Now there may be cases where you're unable to put the plugin onto your vCenter, maybe change control or something like that. But you can still go ahead and deploy out your VSAs onto your hosts to create some highly available storage to create that virtual SAN. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. So yeah, we are working with SvSAN in VMware. We're going to deploy out a VSA via the OVA, and then we'll check that afterwards. So let's jump out of the slides, and you'll be familiar with this setup. Many of the videos I've done already. So we have our vCenter here, we have our data center, our cluster here. We've got two hosts. On host 1 we've already got our VSA deployed out. On host 2 we are going to deploy out the second VSA via the OVA. So we don't have a plugin here. Okay, so we are going to deploy out our second VSA on host 2 via the OVA. Just a quick look on the host itself. We have a management interface here, vSwitch 0 VM for the VM network, and we have two iSCSI interfaces, or SvSAN 1PG, SvSAN 2PG there. So in terms of the storage, we'll present up in this video this 6.13 terabytes of storage to our VSA. So what we need to do now, I've got everything I need on this box. So what I need to do is come into here, deploy OVF template. We're going to upload this file that we have. So you can see here we are deploying out the VSA 6.2 update 5 P3. It's our latest version. Click open. That's going to upload. Click next. And we're going to give this VSA a name, and let's stick with our naming convention here. So this one is going to be VSA ESXi 2.StoreMagic lab.int. We'll click next. We're going to stick it on that second host. Next. And it's going to just do its compatibility checks. So we'll just wait for that to complete. Okay, so this is some details of the OVA, the OVF package and what it contains. So we're going to click next here. We'll accept all the license agreements. Next. And this is where we're going to select the storage. So this is the local data store on this host. This is where we're going to deploy out our VSA. So we select that. Click next. And this is where we've got our LAN network. So we're going to choose the VM network for the LAN. And you can see here we've only got the option to have one storage interface. So we can go and add that one afterwards on the virtual machine settings. So we're going to just choose SvSAN 1PG for this one. We're going to click next. And we're going to give this a password. Our VSA. Long one. Going to give it host name, so again we'll put the same details in, which was VSA VSX 2. Domain name is magic lab.int. DNS server. Okay, we have 10.10.192.50. Okay, so we're going to give this default gateway. Let's pop that in as well. So that's 10.10.192.254. And then the IP address and the subnet mask as well. So let's put the IP address in here. Specify whether to use DHCP. Right, so just gateway. So yes, this is the LAN configuration, so I've missed a step here. Let's put the IP address of our VSA, which is going to be 10.10.192.6/24 network. So the subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0. And then we can do the SAN one as well. And we are going to use 192.168.1.12. And the second one that we'll add on the VSA via the web console will be 2.12. Okay, so that looks fine. Click next. Just seen a mistake up there. Two 255.255.255.0. Okay. Next. Click next. And then we're ready to complete that. So let's click finish here. And you can see there it's starting to deploy out the VSA via the OVF template. So that's going to take a little bit of time. So we're just going to pause the video and I'll be back. Okay, that looks like that's completed. So what we can do now is we need to make some changes to the settings on the virtual storage appliance. We need to do a couple of things. We need to add some, give it some storage, to hand up some storage. that it's going to manage. That's 6.13 terabytes. So we're going to edit the settings here. I'm going to reserve all the memory for it as well, first and foremost. So we've got the 512 megabyte boot drive, the VSA, the 20 gig hard disk, and we're going to add an RDM disk. And there is our 6.13 terabytes there. So we're going to click OK for that. And here are our network adapters. But we've got that SvSAN 2PG, that second iSCSI interface. So we're going to add the network adapter here. We are going to drop down here, browse, and select the SvSAN 2PG. Click OK. That's fine. VMX Net 3 is the adapter type we want. And I'm going to click OK, and that looks all good. And now I'm going to power on our virtual storage appliance. Some of the steps we've got to do, we'll have to license it and make some configuration changes in here. We'll have a look at that. We've got to configure the IP address for that second iSCSI interface when that comes back up. So click here, and we can get to this via the web console. So we'll just click on that, and you can see there virtual storage appliance is booting up. So we'll wait for that to happen. We'll take a short pause. Okay, you can see there we've got a status warning because we haven't, the system's not licensed. We know that because we haven't put the license key in yet. So what I'm going to do first of all is to do some checks. So network interfaces. Here, these are the ones we've configured. So I'm just going to tidy this up. So we can come in here and just edit these. And let's put the password in. So, and I'm just going to give this our LAN 1. All that VM network. Everything else, and it's a management interface, mirror policy failover, that's fine. So we click apply. We'll come down to this one and edit this, and we're going to call this, we are going to call this there we go. We're going to call this SvSAN 1PG. Again, this is iSCSI. Mirror policy is we want to change that to preferred. We're going to click apply here. And we want to add our second iSCSI interface, SvSAN 1PG. So we're going to click add here. And we're going to give that the name SvSAN 2PG. Interface enabled. And we are going to give that a static IP address of 192.168.2. Let's just check. 2.12. Yes, it is 2.12. Okay. And that's going to be used for SCSI. That's going to as preferred. And then we need to check and select our third one. So we've got D2E4 as the VM network, EBF8 so we want the bottom one here. So we'll select that one and tab down and click apply. Select back, we'll just go and check some other things. So the networking looks fine. Domain name, that's fine. Cancel that. Just check we've got a route out. Yeah, that's fine. Default gateway looks fine. So now we can come out of this management console. Just close that at the top there. And now we should be able to get to our VSA via the GUI, so via its IP address. So that's 10.10.192.6. Advanced. Accept the risks and continue. Here we are. It's saying we're not licensed, so we can click on the not licensed here and we can apply the license key. Now I've already got the license key available. Let's grab this. There's our license key here. Copy this. And paste. Click connect. Let's come back here. It's got a warning here. We've got no initiators. So what we can do is put the IP addresses. We need to just rescan the storage and we should see the initiators in here. So we've got no initiators there. So we go back into vCenter, come back in here and go configure. Sorry, not on that, on this host here. Come back in, configure storage adapters, go to the iSCSI initiator. We've actually got those discovered already. So if we just do scan the adapter, and actually rescan the storage. Check that that's doing it. Yeah, and let's just do the second host as well. Rescan the storage. Now if we go back into our VSA, you can see those initiators have been created from doing that rescan, but we haven't got credentials for those. So what we need to do is go credentials, add credentials. So we need to just add those credentials for our hosts. So it'll be ESXi1 storemagiclab.int. The username is root, password in, create. Just wait a few seconds, there we go. That's online and we've been able to successfully log in. So if we go to credentials again, add credentials, we'll do the same for the second host. There we go. Root and password. Click create. There we go. So now we have everything in place. We've got a status of normal as our 6.13 terabytes. We can now actually create some highly available storage. We can create a virtual SAN with our other VSA, VSA1, which was already deployed out. So we can come along here, go to targets. We haven't got any targets. We can create a new target. Just quickly show you this. Test 5 gig. We want to mirror that. Isolation policy is majority. We'd only have that as an up policy if we didn't have a witness. We do have a witness here. We have choices for a witness. Can actually use the witness, which is our lab itself. Sorry, our vCenter. And I need to marry that up with its partner, which is VSA ESX1 here. And we're going to use that storage there. And then I would just simply hit create, and if it goes, and it will create my target. So that's essentially it. So just in summary, what we've done is we've deployed our second VSA out here on this lab, deploying using the OVA, using the OVF template. So you would do this in cases where you haven't got the StoreMagic plugin on your vCenter, but this is the way to install the virtual storage, the StoreMagic SvSAN virtual storage appliances. You can do that via the OVA. I hope that's been useful. Look forward to seeing you on the next videos.